Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Block 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. Hit it.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold them.
15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. Hey, Hayward. Snap.
From the gun, Waldron. And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Now the ball comes loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
43's the mark.
From the 44, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's caught by Herndon. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
43's the mark. 43's the mark. Me and you all day.
Darnold on first down. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down.
Let's go, defense.
Darnold from the red zone now. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got some room at the 30, and the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's taken on the 25. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They run with Bell on 1st down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. From just shy of midfield, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is born. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 25-yard line. This is Bell. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Looking to throw on second down. Waldron and Stills bringing it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
On first down, Waldron. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now this throw caught left side. A gain there of 30 big ones. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. What's tight end? 4 down.
A first down throw. Darnold. A screen to Bell.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Jets will extend their lead. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Look at me, zipper!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Operating from the gun. Waldron flushed to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Get it.
Back to throw. Waldron. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Drake. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in? Or are you just hopeful, and you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called?
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play. But now, it's all for naught.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now Balaj. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Waldron. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. On 4th down, Waldron. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now.
I get the thought process, 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
132 fighter. Now.
Looking to throw. Waldron. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. A carry for Adams. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. To the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Faking the give, Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Charles Harris, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
Let's go now. 8, read. Pilot, 64, weak. Go. 25, check 28, echo.
Let's go, let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike,
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Waldron. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Quinnen Williams, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Ready.
Back to throw. Waldron going deep here for Stills. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Balaj. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Waldron. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. On 1st down, this is Adams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinnen Williams in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Waldron into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he's got a noon one. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got it.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Check, 43. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Check 3. And ladies, check.
They run on 2nd down with Adams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end, but he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Quincy Enunwa couldn't reel that one in, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries. So and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Josh Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you gains, and you pile up statistics.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Waldron. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Get it.
And they will take a knee here. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away.